You have been warned about the fire. You have been told about the furnace. We have briefed you on the architecture of 2026, the year of the Bing Wu, the fire horse. You understand that the algorithm has weaponized this extreme yang energy to turn the human population into a grid of exploding batteries. You understand the digital flashover, but you are asking the wrong question. You are asking how to hide from the heat. You are asking how to mitigate the risk. Mitigation is the language of the prey. Mitigation is how you survive a storm, but it is not how you conquer a territory. In the new city, if you are only mitigating, you are already burning. Today, we expand the scope. Because the universe is not made entirely of fire, it is a system of friction. It is a system of collisions. What happens to the ocean when the sun expands? What happens to the mountain when the core of the earth erupts? In Chinese metaphysics, the Bazi chart is a blueprint of your energetic architecture. It is not a personality test. It is a physics equation. And in 2026, the equation is being subjected to maximum stress. If you are a water day master, Ren or Gui, if you are an earth day master, Wu or Ji, the Bing Wu year is not just a passing season. It is a catastrophic clash of paradigms. It is a year where your fundamental nature will be tested, broken down, and either destroyed or weaponized. This is a strategic briefing on the physics of the clash. We are not going to teach you how to survive 2026. We are going to teach you how to use the fire of your enemies to forge your own empire. This is the geometry of absolute dominance. Let us establish the baseline. The fire horse, Bing Wu, is high noon. It casts no shadow. It demands absolute visibility, absolute kinetic movement, and absolute consumption. The novice looks at this and thinks in simple binaries. The novice thinks, fire is bad. Water puts out fire. Therefore, water is safe. This is a fatal miscalculation. In the elemental cycle, water does control fire, but scale matters. A glass of water can extinguish a candle. A glass of water thrown into a forest fire is instantly annihilated. It becomes fuel. It becomes steam. It expands the pressure of the inferno. In 2026, the fire is not a candle. It is a solar flare. If you carry the energy of water or earth into this year, operating on your old programming, you will be vaporized. You will be baked into dust. You cannot rely on your natural defenses. You must engineer a new offense. Let us speak to the water signs. Water is the element of wisdom, of hidden depths, of adaptability, and of the shadow. It is the exact antithesis of Bing Wu. Water likes to flow downward. It likes to find the path of least resistance. It likes to remain concealed. The fire horse will not allow you to remain concealed. It will drag you into the blinding light. There are two types of water. First, there is Ren water, Yang water, the ocean, the raging river. If you are a Ren water daymaster, 2026 is the year the ocean boils. When extreme fire meets extreme water, the result is not peace. The result is a hurricane. It is typhoons. It is massive, uncontrollable atmospheric turbulence. The fire of 2026 will agitate you. It will make you restless. You will feel an overwhelming urge to crash against the rocks, to flood the valleys, to engage in the chaotic outrage of the masses. The algorithm will try to boil your ocean. It will serve you outrage to heat your waters. Do not let it. Strategic dominance for rainwater requires you to cap the boiling pot. You must build the engine. What happens when you trap boiling water inside a steel cylinder? You get steam power. You get the locomotive. You get the Industrial Revolution. In 2026, your anger, your agitation, your friction with the world is your fuel. Do not vent it in the comments section. Do not waste it on the digital flashover. Cap it. Contain it in the physical world. Use the massive, boiling energy to drive the piston of your own ambition. Direct the high-pressure steam entirely toward your professional and financial conquest. When the rest of the world is drowning in the storm, you are the steam engine driving straight through the wall. Second, there is gui water, yin water, the mist, the morning dew, the rain. If you are a gui water daymaster, your danger is total erasure. Bing fire is the sun. When the sun rises to the zenith, the morning dew ceases to exist. It is burned away without a trace. In 2026, the loud, aggressive, narcissistic energy of the fire horse will attempt to drown out your subtle voice. The world will demand that you shout. It will demand that you take a side in the flat binary of the digital coliseum. If you try to shout, you will dry up. Your nervous system will shatter. Strategic dominance for ghee water requires you to become the poison in the well. Do not fight the sun in the sky. Retreat to the roots. Ghee water rules the underground aquifer. It rules the invisible nourishment. While the fire horse burns the forest to the ground, the roots deep in the earth survive. Your strategy is infiltration. You do not win by being louder. You win by being indispensable to the infrastructure. You secure the heavy assets. You control the logistics. You manage the back-end systems that the loud, screaming narcissists rely on, but do not understand. When the fire horse burns itself out, and it will, because fire is the only element that consumes its host, you will be the only source of hydration left in the desert. You will name your price, and they will pay it. Let us speak to the earth signs. Earth is the element of stability, of trust, of the center. Earth absorbs. Earth anchors. In the elemental cycle, fire creates earth. Fire burns wood into ash, and that ash becomes soil. The novice thinks, fire is good for earth. 2026 will make me stronger. Again, the novice fails to understand scale. A controlled fire fertilizes the soil. A solar flare bakes the earth into a sterile, cracked, lifeless desert. First, there is Wu Earth, Yang Earth, the mountain, the boulder. If you are a Wu Earth Daymaster, 2026 is the year the mountain turns to glass. The immense heat of Bing Wu will strike your surface. It will dry up your resources. It will make you rigid, stubborn, and completely inflexible. The masses operating on the fire horse algorithm will demand that you move. they will demand that you react. If you remain a passive mountain, the heat will cause you to crack. You will experience somatic failure. Your joints will seize. Your mind will become trapped in a loop of static tension, bearing the weight of a world you cannot control. Strategic dominance for Wu Earth requires you to become the volcano. A mountain that merely absorbs heat eventually crumbles. A mountain that channels the heat from its core destroys everything in its radius and creates new land masses. You must internalize the chaos of 2026. You take the fiery outrage of the market, the panic of the culture, and you absorb it into your core, and then you synthesize it. In Bazi, metal is the element that represents your output, your intelligence, your strategy. Earth creates metal, but only extreme fire can forge it. Use the extreme pressure of 2026 to forge your own steel. Stop being the passive rock that people lean on. Become the anvil. Let the world strike you and use their kinetic energy to shape your own impenetrable armor. In legal terms, in business terms, this means you stop playing defense. You stop mitigating lawsuits. You stop mitigating market downturns. You let the enemy exhaust their fire against your walls, and the moment they pause to take a breath, you bury them in ash. Second, there is Ji Earth, Yin Earth, the garden soil, the sand. If you are a Ji Earth Day Master, your danger is becoming dust. Ji Earth is meant to be moist, nurturing, and productive. It grows the crops. It feeds the civilization. The Bing Wu year will strip you of your moisture. It will scorch your garden. The people you nurture will become ungrateful. The institutions you support will catch fire and demand more of your blood to extinguish the flames. If you try to nurture a world that is running the bored arsonist psychology, you will be blown away by the wind. Strategic dominance for Ji Earth requires you to become the kiln. Do not try to grow soft things in a year of fire. Take your soft clay, enclose the fire within it, and let it bake you into indestructible ceramics. The kiln uses the fire to harden its own walls. It traps the heat to create value. In 2026, you must become ruthlessly transactional. The era of giving your energy away for free is over. The era of the soft, nurturing earth is suspended. If the world wants your stability, they must pay for it in hard assets. Build walled gardens. Build exclusive networks. Build the parallel economy. Do not invite the screaming mob into your sanctuary. Let them burn in the digital Colosseum. You reserve your soil only for those who have proven they can survive the heat. What happens when water and earth interact in the middle of a global flashover? You are watching a society suffer from a mass psych-op. You are watching 8 billion people forced into the blinding, scorching light of the absolute binary. They are suffering from the woo-woo self-penalty. They are inflicting injuries upon themselves through blind arrogance and volatile emotion. They are volunteering for the guillotine. If you are water or earth, you are the minority in 2026. The atmosphere belongs to fire. The greatest mistake you can make is trying to save them. Water tries to cool them down. Earth tries to ground them. Both of these are acts of mercy. In 2026, mercy is a strategic vulnerability. If you try to cool down a man who is addicted to the dopamine of his own outrage, he will not thank you. He will attack you for taking away his drug. If you try to ground a man who believes he is the narcissist of destiny, he will view you as an obstacle to his divine right to rule. Do not mitigate their madness. Exploit it. This is the cold, hard geometry of the new city. When the algorithm maps their psychological profile and pairs them with their exact antiparticle, they will fight. They will grind against each other to generate heat. Your job is to own the arena. Your job is to sell the tickets. Your job is to collect the data from the ashes. The sovereign mind does not participate in the blood sport. The sovereign mind studies the blood sport to understand the mechanics of the machine. To survive the Bingwu flashover, we taught you the protocol of the void. We taught you the air gap, the albedo of 0. That was step 1. That was to stop the bleeding. That was to get you off the grid of exploding batteries. Now we move to step 2. The architecture of absolute conquest. Because 2026 is a year of shifting structures, the old rules are being utterly incinerated in the fiery blaze. When the old rules burn, the territory is left undefended. While the masses are busy fighting the ideological trap, running themselves to death to power a machine that doesn't care about their cause, you are going to quietly walk in and take the deed to the property. If you are a water or earth sign, you have the 2 elements necessary to build a physical empire. Earth provides the foundation. Water provides the logistics and the lifeblood. Fire is just the energy that clears the lot. Let the fire horse clear the lot for you. When the algorithm destroys a competitor's reputation because they stepped into the kill box, you acquire their market share. When the culture war exhausts a corporation and drives its stock into the ground, you buy the underlying assets for pennies. You do not gloat. You do not post your victory on social media. You remain the gray man in the digital realm. You operate in the shadows that the Bingwu is trying to destroy. Because true power in 2026 does not look like the sun. True power looks like the dark, quiet ocean that the sun eventually sets into. True power looks like the immovable mountain that remains long after the forest fire has burned out. The fire horse is running. The furnace is at maximum capacity. The digital landscape is a desert at noon, and there is nowhere to hide from the glare. Do not pray for rain. Do not pray for the heat to break. Adapt your biology. Re-engineer your Bazi. If you are water, become the high-pressure steam that drives the iron machine. If you are earth, become the kiln that turns mud into indestructible stone. Stop managing your risk. Stop playing defense. The world of 2026 is a world of mass psychosis. It is weak, it is tired, and it is begging to be conquered by a mind that is cold, calculated, and completely immune to its illusions. Sever the connection to their reality. Build your own. This is Prescient. We are watching. And we are calculating the physics of your victory. On this channel, we decode the architecture of fate, breaking it down into systems you can use to dominate the board. If you possess the discipline for this type of content, subscribe to our channel. Otherwise, return to the glare. We may never see each other again. See you again soon, dear viewer.